What is this book? Origin of the Mages Guild. Uh, yes. What was his name? Galerian, right? I'm just going to read this book. The idea of a collection of mages, sorcerers, and assorted mystics pooling their resources and talents for the purpose of research and public charity was a revolutionary concept in the early years of the Second Era. The only organization then closest in aim and structure to what we know today as the Mages Guild was the Sigic Order of the Isle of Artaeum. At the time, magic was something to be learned by individuals, or at most within intimate covens. Mages were, if not actually hermits, usually quite solitary. The Sigic Order served the rulers of Somerset Isle as counselors and chose its members through a complex, ritualized method not understood by outsiders. Its purposes and goals likewise went unpublished, and detractors attributed the worst evils, of course they always do, as the source of the Order's power. Actually, the religion of the Old Order could be described as ancestor worship, an increasingly unfashionable philosophy in the Second Era. Not if you're Dunmer. I guess if you're an Altmer. When Vanus Galerian, a Sigic of Artaeum and student of the famed Lachesis, began collecting magic users from around Somerset Isle, he attracted the animosity of all. He was operating out of the urban center of Firsthold, and there was a common and not entirely unfounded attitude that magical experiments should be conducted only in unpopulated areas. I believe that should be the case too, because just look at what happened to that Ayleswell. Even more shocking, Galerian proposed to make magical items, potions, and even spells available to any member of the general public who could afford to pay. No longer was magic to be limited either to the aristocracy or intelligentsia. Galerian was brought forth before Lachesis and the king of Firsthold, Rilius the XII, and made to state the intentions of the fraternity he was forming. The fact that Galerian's speech to Rilius and Lachesis was not recorded for posterity is doubtless a tragedy, though it does afford opportunity for historians to amuse one another with speculation about the lies and persuasion Galerian might have used to found the ubiquitous organization. The charter, at any rate, was approved. Of course it was. Almost immediately after the guild was formed, the question of security had to be addressed. The Isle of Artaeum did not require a force of arms to shield it from invaders. When the Sigic Order does not wish someone to land on the Isle, it and all its inhabitants simply become insubstantial. The new Mages Guild, by contrast, had to hire guards. Galerian soon discovered what the Tamarelic nobility has known for thousands of years. Money alone does not buy loyalty. The Knightly Order of the Lamp was formed the following year. Like a tree from an acorn, the Mages Guild grew branches all over Somerset Isle and gradually the mainland of Tamriel. There are numerous records of superstitious or sensibly fearful rulers forbidding the guild in their domains, but their heirs or heirs' eventually recognized the wisdom of allowing the guild free rein. The Mages Guild has become a powerful force in Tamriel, a dangerous foe if somewhat disinterested ally. There have been only a few rare incidents of the Mages Guild actually becoming involved in local political struggles. On these occasions, the guild's participation has been the ultimate decider in the conflict. As begun by Vanus Galerian, the Mages Guild, as an institution, is presided over by a supreme council of 6 archmagisters. Each guild hall is run by a guild magister, assisted by a twofold council, the Master of Incunabala and the Master of Arms. Incunabala? The Master of Incunabala presides over an additional council of 2 mages, the Master of Academia and the Master of the Scry. The Master of Arms also has a council of 2, the Master of Initiates and the Palatinus, the leader of the local chapter of the Order of the Lamp. One need not be a member of the Mages Guild to know that this carefully contrived hierarchy is often nothing more than a chimera, as Vanus Galerian himself said bitterly, leaving Tamriel to travel to other lands. The guild has become nothing more than an intricate morass of political infighting. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.